right. So I think the banking question I answered. The personal bank account that you cannot do with the E-Residency. But if you set up the company, you can do the with the fintech companies, online banking companies one. But for commercial ones, you need to still go to the to Estonia and visit the branch, which might be a good reason to actually go and also have a nice vacation there. How can we deal with local government in the context of tax and administration things? Will we be taxed twice? So we have double taxation agreements, treaties with over 50 countries, and this shouldn't be a problem with most of the countries. Taxation is something we do not actually give any sort of advice or opinion on, because in the international arena, it can be actually very tricky. So we always say that please check with the tax consultant the idea you have first, so that they can actually tell you what's the story with it. Do you need to do this or that, or if tax-wise it makes sense what you're planning to do? Because otherwise, if you set it up, you might go horribly wrong. So. And again, I'm not saying that the E-Residency solves all the problems in the world, hunger and climate warming and all that, but it might be something which makes your life a little bit easier. So I'm not going to get into the tax and these topics, because as I just explained. How has the creation of an E-Residency affected Estonian government's international relations? It's hard to say, but I think what it has had an impact is the knowledge of Estonia, the country. What we have on offer, what country promotion-wise, it's been great for us. So the people can actually use the services we have. We've even, I think a good example that might be brought out here is that E-Residency has taken us to areas where we didn't even imagine in the beginning. So for example, we're working with the United Nations on a project called E-Trade for All. And E-Trade for All is set up to help people in remote areas, poor areas of the world, to set up e-businesses so that they can actually support their families and live a decent life without actually leaving the country to work somewhere else and be migrant workers. So UN actually gathered all the big boys in the e-commerce world, and for example Google, Amazon, Alibaba, PayPal, much hated PayPal, I understand. So and also E-Residency, so that actually the program would then enable the tools for simple people doing simple things, maybe more complicated things as well, but they can actually support their families without leaving their homes. So I think this is quite noble, and if they get it right, they get it running, they get it out to the people, then that could be quite powerful. Can we visit Estonia physically if we have E-Estonia citizenship? No, you cannot. But of course, if you are, if you have a Schengen visa or you're from EU, then of course you can. But if you are in a situation where you need a visa, then this is a different stream of procedures you need to go through. So basically, you need a Schengen visa to visit Estonia. And this doesn't give you any priorities over other people. The E-Residency is basically your digital identity in the online world. That's what it is. It's not, related to the physical world as such. Would starting a company as an E-resident make it easier for me to hire and pay people in the EU to work for my remote company? Again, a taxation question. You can always get people to work for your company. You can hire them. There's no problem there. But with the personal taxation, it usually is that it depends on where your people have registered their tax residency. So, for example, I'm working in Singapore, but yeah, the Estonian government pays me, but I'm a Singapore tax resident. So, so it depends on where the people have their tax residency. So, how much time we have?
One more question.
One more question. Is the ID card free? Are there fees associated with any of the process? The e-residency card, you have to pay a state fee of 100 euros, and this goes basically for handling process costs. But that's about it. It's valid for 5 years now, and yeah, for that time, for the card itself, you don't have any extra costs anymore. But of course, if you start running a company, then it's a different story. Anyways, thank you so much. I hope it was a bit useful for you. Do visit the e-residency website to contact me, or yeah, I'll try and answer your questions you might have. So thank you so much.